Assalamu alaikum everyone. How are you all?
Walaikum assalam,
Very good,
teachers.
ma'am. How
I'm
are you?
good. How about you?
How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm great. And how's everything? What have you been up to, students?
Alhamdulillah, teacher. I'm good.
Okay, students. So today is your first class of level 2. So today we're gonna start models. But before starting model, I want to discuss few things with you all so you can understand it in a better way. So first thing first, student, model is a little bit tricky or different from the tenses. In what way? Like first we have to do two things for that. Because if you do not take your lessons regularly or your classes regularly, if you do not do any practice, then you will confuse and you will get mixed all of the model. So what you have to do, be regular in your class, okay? Not only physically, but mentally as well. You should be attentive in the class as well, okay? And the second point is a student do regular practice. For example, let's suppose if you're studying should, so you should do the practice regularly, okay? Got it? Got it,
Yes, ma'am.
everybody?
Yes,
ma'am.
teacher.
Okay. All of you, please mute yourself. Okay. Okay, student, grab a paper and pen. So if you want to write any important point, you can easily write it. Have you taken?
Yes.
Have you taken, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's get started. So students, before starting models and before discussing it, let's first discuss the primary auxiliary verbs, okay? I know you all have a very good knowledge about the primary auxiliary verbs because you all have a pretty much good knowledge about the tenses. And you have already did many times like be and have, you have already used it so many times. Okay, so but let's discuss few points here. So it will be easier for you to understand the model as well. Okay. Okay, the first key point is primary auxiliary verb. What are these? What is the definition of these? Okay, so primary auxiliary verbs are meaningless, but they make your sentence meaningful. And they tell us about time. Like how, for example, if I say Ali is going, okay, and Ali was going. So can anybody tell me what's the difference between both the sentences? Any one of you?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, ma'am.
Yes,
May I?
ma'am.
Okay, yes, sure.
Ali is going. Ali जा रहा है. Ali
Hmm.
was going. गया था.
Ali गया था. So how did you identify that? आपको कैसे पता चला कि वहाँ present की बात हो रही है या past की बात हो रही थी?
Present के past में was.
Sir, teacher. Because there is auxiliary verb. Going
Student,
and
let her
was.
speak first. Okay, I got you all. Let her speak first. Yes. Who was speaking?
Yes, teacher. Ali is going. Just present and was in past tense. So just
ठीक है. Okay, that's all right, student. So आपको ऐसे पता चला कि आपने auxiliary verb देखा कि अगर is है तो definitely present की बात हो रही है. Ali is going. Ali was going. आपको पता चलिए past की बात हो रही है because be अगर हम past में open करते हैं तो was according to the subject Ali, so it was. So is and was से आपको क्या पता चल गया है कि ये sentence present का है या ये sentence past का है? It's mean we have proved our definition. यानी ऐसे words, ऐसे verbs जो कि खुद meaningless होते हैं लेकिन वो आपको sentence को क्या बना देते हैं? Meaningful. They tell us about time as well. Time क्या है? Present है, past है. हमें ये sentence के structure से पता चल गया ना? इससे पता चल गया, was से पता चल गया. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
For example, take another example, student. If I say, I cleaned my room today. I cleaned my room yesterday. So what's the difference between both the sentences?
Today
Yes,
and
Anjali.
yesterday.
time period.
Ma'am, time period.
I know time period, but there is another
Today
difference.
and yesterday.
I clean. It's a base form of the verb, and then cleaned again. Okay.
Second form of the verb.
Okay. If I make it negative, let's take an example. If I make it negative, I do not clean my room today. And I did not clean my
It's a
room today.
present perfect.
Yeah,
It is a present simple.
Present
Yeah,
sentence.
so the first sentence where we use do not, it means that it's present. How did you know that? With help of do not. आपको do not से पता चल गया कि do not है, तो इसका मतलब है कि present का ही sentence है, present की बात होगी, ठीक है? और जब did not था तो आपको पता चल गया past की बात होगी, ठीक है? It's mean that
Teacher.
and ऐसे verbs जो खुद तो meaningless होते हैं, लेकिन वो आपके sentence को meaningful बना देते हैं, तो वो क्या कहलाते हैं? Primary auxiliary verbs, okay? इसके साथ हमने नेक्स्ट पार्ट भी कवर कर लिया. दे आल्सो हेल्प अस टू मेक नेगेटिव एंड क्वेश्चन. वो आपको नेगेटिव में भी हेल्प आउट करते हैं. जैसे हमने अगर प्रेजेंट का सेंटेंस बनाया, फॉर एग्जांपल आई लाइक आइसक्रीम, आई डोंट लाइक आइसक्रीम. सो आई डोंट लाइक, इट्स मीन दैट इन द अगर अफर्मेटिव सेंटेंस में हम देखें, प्रेजेंट के सेंटेंस में देखें, देयर इज नो ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब हियर. प्राइमरी ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब सिंपल सब्जेक्ट फॉलोज बाय द main word and then follows by the object. I like ice cream. Okay, but if I want to make negative, I have to use do not. So I do not like ice cream. So it means that do not here is a primary auxiliary verb. It helps to make negative. For example, somebody wants to make a question. Do you like ice cream? So what is it? It's a question. It means that with the help of the primary auxiliary verb, we can make negative, we can make question. Got it, student?
Yeah. Yes, teacher. Do you like ice cream?
Of
Yeah,
course
I
I
don't
like.
ice cream.
Okay. I hope it's clear now. So far, so good, student.
Yes,
Any
teacher.
confusion? Everybody? Ambreen, Anam, Aksa, Angela, Maheen, Myra, Yamuna, Ikra.
No, teacher.
No?
Teacher, everything is clear.
Okay, let's move to student. Okay, come to the second point. So these all are the pointers about the primary auxiliary verb. The second pointer is student, they have their different forms. Okay, like you all know that अगर हम उसे broad form पे देखें तो हमारे पास basically we have three primary auxiliary verb, which is do, be and have, but it changes according to the structure. For example, do can be does if we are if the subject is third person singular. Okay, do can be did if we are talking about the past simple. Okay, similarly be can be is am are in the present, and be can be was and were, and be can be been as well with the perfect, and have can be has according to the subject, and if it comes to the past then it is had, which means that the primary auxiliary verb change their forms. They have different forms according to the time period. Got it?
यस मैम.
मैम मुझे बी
Yes.
वाले सेंटेंस की समझ नहीं आई. बी वाला रिपीट करना प्लीज. आवाज ब्रेक
Clear?
कर गई.
अच्छा, आई एम रिपीटिंग अगेन. हमने ये बात की है कि हमारे पास तीन मेन होते हैं, मतलब ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब, जो कि डू होता है, बी होता है और हैव होता है. ठीक है, जब हम डू को अगर हम देखें तो डू के साथ डज भी आता है, सब्जेक्ट चेंज हो रहा है. अगर हमारे पास थर्ड पर्सन सिंगुलर है, ही है, शी है, अली है, सारा है, तो हम क्या करते हैं, डज यूज करते हैं ना इंस्टेड ऑफ डू. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ आई से आई लाइक आइसक्रीम, या तो सिंपल सब्जेक्ट था, बहुत सिंपल सेंटेंस था, आई लाइक आइसक्रीम. ओके, फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ आई से सारा लाइक आइसक्रीम, अगर मैं उसको लाइक्स आइसक्रीम, सो अगर मैं उसको नेगेटिव बनाऊंगी तो सारा डज नॉट लाइक आइसक्रीम. या मैंने डू तो यूज नहीं किया ना, मैंने अकॉर्डिंग टू सारा, अकॉर्डिंग टू द सब्जेक्ट मैंने क्या यूज किया, डज. गॉट इट?
यस मैम.
इसी तरीके से अगर मैं कोई पास्ट की बात करती हूँ, फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई डिड माई होमवर्क ऑन टाइम. ओके, सो डिड क्या हो गया, डू की पास्ट फॉर्म हो गई. इसी तरीके से अगर हम बी की बात करें, बी भी हमारे पास एज अ ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब यूज होता है. अगर हम उसे प्रेजेंट में लेते हैं फॉर एग्जाम्पल, तो इट कैन बी ओपन इनटू इज एम आर. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अली इज डूइंग हिज होमवर्क. ओके, माय मेड इज क्लीनिंग माय रूम. ओके, सो अगर हम पास्ट की बात करें, फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई वाज कुकिंग व्हेन द फोन रैंग. जब मैं खाना पका रही थी तब फोन की बेल बजी. आई वाज कुकिंग. was okay, so when it comes to the past we use was and was. Similarly, have, for example, I have a beautiful hair, or for example she has blue eyes. According to the subject, for example she, then we are using has here. For example, she has written so many good
मैम
paragraphs.
हाउ be in a sentence. Like, please give me some example, like making with be.
ये यहाँ अभी तो हम इसे एज अ प्राइमरी ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब पढ़े, लेकिन बी एज अ सब्जेक्ट आप पूरा अपने फाउंडेशन लेवल में पढ़ के आ चुके हैं. बी एज अ स्टेट फॉर्म भी यूज होता है. ओके, डोंट बी लेजी. ओके, सो बी कैन बी फॉलोड बाय द एडजेक्टिव एंड एडवर्ब एज वेल. ओके, सो द पॉइंट इज हमारे पास जो ऑक्सिलरी प्राइमरी ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब्स होते हैं वो हमारे पास डिफरेंट फॉर्म्स हो सकती हैं. ठीक है, शैल आई मूव?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
come to
ma'am.
the next point. Come to the next point. We use different form of verb after that. Like, look at the main verb student. जैसे अभी हम जो बात करें primary auxiliary verb, they are the meaningless. They are not the main verb. Actually, in a sentence, we actually have a main verb after the primary auxiliary verb, which is called the main verb. For example, you can see in the first example, for instance, do you write a letter? So write here is the main verb. Okay, do you write a letter? But if it is in a present perfect, have you written a letter? So this is not the base form of the verb. It's a different form. It's a past participle form, or in simple words, you can say is a third form. Although the right is a base form of the verb, but written is a past participle form. Similarly, if I'm making a present with present continuous or present progressive, are you writing a letter? What is writing? Verb follows by ing. So it means that the main verb changes according to the subject. It's not always necessary कि हमारे पास जो main primary auxiliary verb है वो हमेशा base form of the verb ही रहेंगे. हर दफा ही right आएगा या third form ही रहेंगे. हर दफा ही written आएगा, ऐसा नहीं है. बल्कि आप पूरे 8 tenses आप पढ़कर आए, more than 8 tenses आप पढ़कर आए, आपको पता है structure change होता रहता है. Got it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You're right.
So far so good, student.
Yes,
Any
teacher.
confusion?
No, teacher.
No, ma'am. It's clear.
Okay. Okay. Yes, Anam.
Assalamualaikum, ma'am. Ma'am, is it gonna be right if we are going to say, "Are you ready"?
Okay. Yeah.
This
Are you
sentence
ready?
is gonna be correct.
Yes, correct.
So this
Present
sentence is
simple.
gonna be
Ready?
correct.
But here you are using be as an state word. Like, are you ready? Because ready is not as an action word here.
Exactly.
It's an adverb here. Okay. Are you
Okay.
ready? Okay. Okay, student.
Okay.
अगर आपको
Thank
कोई भी confusion है, okay, student, अगर आपको कोई भी confusion है B से related, तो I'm sure you all have your recorded lecture regarding the topic B as an state word, तो आप उसको go through कर. क्योंकि अगर हम यहाँ start करने बैठे तो फिर हम अपना ट्रैक भूल जाएंगे, जो हमें जाना है मॉडल्स की तरफ ऑक्सिलरी को पढ़ते हुए. ठीक है?
Sure, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, student. Now come to the modal auxiliary verb. So modal auxiliary verb includes should, ought to, must, can, could, may, and might, will, shall, and would. Okay. So inshallah, we will discuss each and every model in a separate class, in a separate lecture, and we will do some practice sheet as well, both speaking practice and written practice as well. Okay. And the other thing is modal phrases. Okay, so this is a brief introduction. Okay, take it as a brief introduction. So what are the modal phrases, student? कोई भी ऐसा idiomatic structure, any idiomatic structure that can replace the model, so that's called the modal phrase. कोई भी ऐसा idiomatic structure जो model को replace कर दे, वो modal phrase कहलाता है. For example, अगर मैं कहती हूँ you should come on time, आपको वक्त पे आना चाहिए, you should come on time. अब उसकी equivalent हमारे पास modal phrase क्या available है? Available means I mean grammatically है be supposed to. You are supposed to be here on time. Means should is just equivalent to be supposed to. Clear, student?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Inshallah, we will. No, what's the confusion?
Ma'am, explain it again, please.
Okay, I'm repeating again. हम
Yeah,
अलग
we
से
can-
मॉडल पढ़ेंगे, हम
Yes.
सारे मॉडल पढ़ेंगे. We will study each and every. हम should का टॉपिक भी सेपरेटली पढ़ेंगे. उसके बाद हम be supposed to को भी सेपरेटली डिटेल में स्टडी करेंगे. आज की जो आपकी क्लास है ना, this class is all about introduction of model. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
तो अभी के लिए आप
Okay.
याद करें कि difference between modal and the modal phrases. Okay, modal and modal phrases में फर्क ये student, they both are equivalent if any idiomatic structure, अगर कोई भी idiomatic structure किसी modal को replace कर रहा है sentence में, then it's called modal phrase. Be supposed to हमारे पास modal phrase है, follows by the base form of the word, means the first form, और should हमारे पास क्या है, should तो itself modal है, मैंने अभी आपको बताया ना, हमारे पास should मॉडल है, ought to है, must है, can है, could है, may है, might है, will है, shall है, would है, ये सारे क्या है हमारे पास, ये सारे मॉडल्स है. ठीक है.
Yes, ma'am.
सिमिलरली अगर can को कोई रिप्लेस कर रहा है, वो मॉडल फ्रेज क्या, be able to. ओके, इसी सिमिलरली may and might, be likely to, must, have to, must, had better plus base form of the verb. So we will discuss one by one, then we will discuss. Okay, don't worry
Ma'am,
about it.
we should memorize these model phrases.
No, you shouldn't. We will discuss and it will be easier for you. You can easily learn by your heart just by taking your
Okay.
classes. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Okay. The next, so up till now we have studied what are the primary auxiliary verbs, what are the modal auxiliary verbs. There is another thing, student, a bit of both. This is the semi-modal auxiliary verb. Okay, semi, as you can see, semi means they are partially modal, they partially behave as a model and partially primary auxiliary verb. So that's why they are called the semi-modal auxiliary verb. And these are very few, like used to, need, and there. I think you all have studied used to before in the past.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So they all, although the structure is used to, but they always take the base form of the verb. Okay, so that's why they are called the semi-modal. Okay.
All right, ma'am.
All right.
Ma'am.
Any confusion? Yes, Nadia.
Ma'am, can you repeat again it semi-modal auxiliary verb because it was connectivity issue and
Okay. अच्छा नादिया, आप मुझे बताएं, what is semi? What is semi? अगर हम किसी चीज को semi कहते
Semi?
हैं, it's 50-50, like 50-50
half
partially.
कहते हैं ना?
Are you there,
Hello.
Nadia?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay. So semi-modal means they act like a model and sometimes they act like a primary auxiliary verb. Okay.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
that's why they
Okay.
are called semi-modal. That's why they are called semi-modal. Okay. Okay, student.
The
Now
same
come to the main
sentence-
topic. Sorry.
Ma'am, the same sentence can we call the same sentences are primary auxiliary?
No, dear.
No, if we make
Okay.
the sentence
Teacher, I can
so
understand. Yeah.
Yes, Nadia.
Teacher,
मैम देखो, अगर हम एक सेंटेंस बनाते, आपने कहा कि ये सेमी मॉडल जो है वो प्राइमरी ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब भी हम इसको कह सकते हैं, तो सिंपल
नहीं
सेंटेंस ही
नहीं कह
होगा।
नहीं सकते, नहीं कह नहीं
अच्छा।
सकते, मैंने ऐसा नहीं कहा ना, कह नहीं सकते. देखिए अब ये एग्जांपल ले, I used to take classes. Okay.
यस, मैं क्लासेस
didn't-
लेती।
I didn't used to take classes. मैं जब आपको मॉडल पढ़ाऊंगी ना तब आपको ज्यादा ऑब्वियसली क्लियर हो जाएगा. देखिए यूज टू के हमें पता है कि हम डिड के बाद, डिड नॉट के बाद हमेशा बेस फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब लेते हैं ना. आई डिड नॉट यूज लेंगे ना, यूज टू नहीं लेंगे, लेकिन यहाँ क्या स्ट्रक्चर में आ रहा है, हम यूज टू ही यूज कर रहे हैं.
यस
Okay?
यस
यानी इन्होंने मॉडल की तरह जो है बेस फॉर्म ऑफ वर्ब भी ले ली और ऑक्सिलरी भी यूज हो रहा है, यानी डिड नॉट का भी सहारा ले लिया, डिड नॉट भी यूज हो रहा है स्ट्रक्चर में, इसलिए हम इसे सेमी मॉडल.
mean it's the combination of so
Yeah.
it is a combination of partially and that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, now students come to the main point. Okay, so modals. Okay, we have already discussed the primary auxiliary verb, modal auxiliary verbs. Okay, so what are the main points? What you have to remember? Okay, this will help you a lot because if you remember all these points, it will be easier for you to make sentences and use in your daily life. Because modal are very important to learn, because once you learn and once you get a command on the model, inshallah, your English, this will take your English to the upgraded level. Okay, so the first one is modal auxiliary verb have their meanings. Okay, जैसे हमने प्राइमरी ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब में क्या कहा था कि इनके मीनिंगलेस होते हैं, इनकी इटसेल्फ कोई मीनिंग नहीं होती, बट सेंटेंस को मीनिंगफुल बनाते हैं. जबकि मॉडल्स में ऐसा नहीं होता. Each and every model has its own meaning. उसकी एक अपनी मीनिंग. जैसे कि अभी इस सेंटेंस से हमें पता चल जाएगा. फॉर इंस्टेंस, अली शुड पे टैक्स. अली को टैक्स पे करना चाहिए. So this is the responsibility. This is the obligation. ये उसकी जिम्मेदारी है. ठीक है. अली कैन पे टैक्स. अब ये मॉडल चेंज हो गया, मीनिंग्स भी चेंज हो गए. अली टैक्स पे कर सकता है. नाउ इट्स एबिलिटी. अब ये अली की सलाहियत बन चुकी है. इफ आई से अली विल पे टैक्स, नाउ इट्स बिकम एन इमेजिनेशन. लाइक फॉर सर्टेनिटी है भी या नहीं, अली कर देगा. आई एम श्योर अली कर देगा. अली विल पे टैक्स. ठीक है. इफ आई से अली में पे टैक्स, दिस इज द पॉसिबिलिटी. हाँ, इम्कान तो है अली में. सो मैं विल गिव यू द 50% चांसेस. लाइक अली में पे टैक्स, अली टैक्स पे कर देगा. इट्स मीन दैट each and every model has its own meaning. अगर आप किसी सेंटेंस में मॉडल को रिप्लेस करेंगे तो उसके मीनिंग्स क्या हो जाएंगे? चेंज हो जाएंगे. ये मीनिंगलेस नहीं होते. ये क्या होते हैं? मीनिंगफुल होते हैं. गॉट इट?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
एवरीबॉडी?
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now come to the next point, student. The next point is they don't need
Ma'am, I
any
have one
auxiliary
question.
verb. Yes.
Ma'am, what is the difference between Ali can pay tax, Ali may pay tax? Both are same.
Okay, I'll tell you. No, both are not same. There can means can show ability. Okay, can यहाँ हमारे पास उसकी सलाहियत को बता रहा है. For example, birds can fly. परिंदे उड़ सकते हैं. Okay, so this shows the ability. Okay, I can swim. मैं तैर सकती हूँ. I can swim. This is the ability. लेकिन अगर मैं कहती हूँ, it's mean we are talking about possibility. Either we are certain or not. यानी इसके इम्कान है भी या नहीं. अली में पे टैक्स, शायद अली पे टैक्स को पे करे, शायद ना करे. We are not 100% sure here. Got it?
Okay, ma'am, I got it. Yes.
Okay. The next point is they don't need any auxiliary verb to make negative and question. हमने primary auxiliary verb की heading में पढ़ा था. They can make negative, they can make question. For example, do you like mango? I don't like mango. Do I like mango? Like that. But they don't need any auxiliary verb. उन्हें किसी do, don't की need नहीं है. They can simply make it negative. For example, Sarah should come at 7 p.m. Simply we add not to make it negative. Sarah shouldn't come at 7 p.m. And if you want to make a question, change the sequence. Take should before the subject. Should Sarah come at 7 p.m.? Okay, for example, you should study harder. You shouldn't study harder. Okay, should you study harder? Similarly, you should avoid frizzy drinks. It's not good for your health. So we don't need any auxiliary verb. We don't need any other words to make it negative or to make a question. We can simply use, for example, I can swim, I cannot swim. Got it, students?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Another point, student, modal auxiliary verb have no forms. जैसे हमने पढ़ा था कि हमारे पास जो do था उसकी different forms. Did, he, does, he, be के different form थी, are, was, were, and then. फिर उसके बाद next point हमारे पास था have, उसकी has and have and have थी. इधर कोई forms नहीं. Similarly, as it is, ditto. Okay, ditto हमने as it is use करना है. Should के साथ s नहीं लगा रहे. Should के साथ कोई verb in ing add नहीं हो रहा. Should नहीं हो सकता, shoulding नहीं हो सकता. ऐसा नहीं है कि हम इसको present progressive नहीं बना सकते या हम इसका past नहीं बना सकते. हम बना सकते हैं. उसके methods अलग. ठीक है, हमें उसके लिए should के आगे ing यूज करने की जरूरत नहीं या s लगाने की जरूरत नहीं. Got it? इसी तरीके से सिमिलरली ऐसा नहीं होगा कि अगर मैं बोल रही हूँ I should study या अली should study, ऐसा नहीं हो रहा कि अली के साथ मैंने s लगा दिया, अली should study या सारा should study. No, it's incorrect, it's wrong. Okay, means के सब्जेक्ट के चेंज होने से भी इनमें कोई चेंजेस नहीं आएंगे. टेंस के चेंज होने से अगर हम प्रोग्रेसिव की बात करें या परफेक्ट की बात करें तब भी कोई चेंजेस नहीं आएंगे. Got it, everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Shall I move?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, student, the next point is we always use the base form of the verb. ये बहुत ही key point है because speaking में जो student mistakes करते हैं वो यही करते हैं कि वो base form को छोड़ के different forms use कर रहे हैं. इसलिए मैंने वहां आपको बताया था कि do के साथ write भी आ रहा है, base form भी आ रही है, have है तो written हो जा रहा है, are है तो writing हो रहा है. Means कि अगर हमारा primary auxiliary verb change हो रहा है तो according to the tense जो main verb है उसकी forms भी change हो. लेकिन यहाँ ऐसा नहीं होता. We always use the base form of the verb. ठीक है, लेकिन इस बात को आपने एक और की पॉइंट है जो आपने अपने जहन में रखना है. वी ऑलवेज यूज द बेस फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब राइट आफ्टर द मॉडल. राइट आफ्टर द मॉडल की मीनिंग क्या है, अभी मैं आपको एग्जांपल में बताती हूँ. राइट आफ्टर द मॉडल, फॉर इंस्टेंस, शी शुड ड्राइव स्लो. स्लो, शी शुड ड्राइव स्लो, यानी शुड राइट आफ्टर द शुड द बेस फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब ड्राइव, नॉट ड्रिवन, नॉट ड्राइविंग, नॉट ड्रोव. सिंपल, she should drive slow. Got it? Similarly, she must be coming. Although this structure is progressive, must be coming. I'm expecting something here. But after must is a modal, and after must, the base form is be. Okay? This is called right after the modal, we use the base form of the verb. Be, not being, not been. Okay? Then you can use any form according to the structure, like she must be coming. It's mean that I'm sure about that. वो आ रही होगी. Okay, I'm expecting that she must be coming. Like you must have told her. यहाँ हमने मेन वर्ड told यूज किया है, लेकिन must के बाद हमारे पास have ही आया. must के बाद हमारे पास had नहीं आया, has नहीं आया. Right after modal must के बाद कौन सा आया, have आया. You must have told her. तुम्हें उसे बता देना चाहिए था. They may have been talking for an hour. तो 1 घंटे से बातें कर रही होगी. So after may have, okay, then after you can use been and talking. So the point is, student, after the model, right after the model, we use the base form of the verb. None other than that. Got it? Everything is all right?
Ma'am, I have a question.
Okay, yes, please.
Ma'am, is it correct if we change the third sentence like you must to tell her?
You must tell her. ठीक है, ठीक है. अब देखिए मीनिंग से चेंज हो गई है. आपने कहा ना you must tell her. तुम्हें उसे बता देना चाहिए. अब आप इसका मतलब आप प्रेजेंट की बात कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, लेकिन अगर बोलते you must have told her, तुम्हें उसे बता देना चाहिए था.
बता देना चाहिए था. Okay, ma'am. Okay. Okay. Okay, ma'am.
Teacher, actually, you must take class. You must take class. It's right.
Yeah, you must take your class. That's right.
You take class. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
पॉइंट इज स्टूडेंट कि हमारे पास जो मॉडल है ना, मॉडल के राइट आफ्टर जो भी आप यूज करेंगे वो बेस फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब यूज करेंगे. हम आगे सीखेंगे कि उसको कंटिन्यूअस कैसे बनाना है, उसके साथ पास्ट में कैसे यूज करना है, थर्ड फॉर्म कब आएगी. लेकिन एक पॉइंट आपने याद रखना है कि जो सिंपल स्ट्रक्चर्स हैं या जो भी स्ट्रक्चर्स हैं उनमें मॉडल के बाद हमेशा बेस फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब आएगी. ओके, चाहे वो बी हो, चाहे वो हैव हो, चाहे वो कोई भी फॉर्म, बट बेस फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब आएगी. ओके
Ma'am,
यस.
B over here is representing is am are, like she must be coming, like she must be dancing.
No, it's a way to make it continuous.
Okay,
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 because we
okay.
cannot use coming right after the must, so we add be to make it the base form of the word. These are the grammatical rules here.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
then we are
I mean,
using coming.
showing the necessity.
Sorry, what did you say?
Is it showing the necessity, like the forceful, like she must be dancing?
Okay, this is showing the expectations, but this expectation is a
Okay.
bit higher because we are
Okay.
using must instead of
Okay.
may, can, and might. Okay, we will study. We will
Okay.
study each and every topic in a detail in a separate class. Don't worry about it. Okay.
All right, all right.
Okay, student. I think you all can give a better answer. What's the difference between tenses and modals? Any idea?
Tenses are 100% surety, have a surety, but the modal verbs has a may, something unsure.
Oh, well, it's not about something unsure. Okay, we will discuss because I didn't tell you up to now, like what are the models? Models होते क्या हैं?
Perfect grammatical structure, and in models there are certain rules that we have to follow.
Okay, you're right up to some extent. Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
Then tenses talk about the reality. Tenses हमें reality के बारे में बताए. For example, right now I'm taking your class. This is what? This is a fact. This is the reality. I'm taking your class. You are listening me. Okay. So this is all about reality. Okay, but models is something different, like not always about the reality, sometimes include expectation, sometimes responsibility, obligation, ability. So this all includes model. Okay, so let's discuss why do we use modal auxiliary verbs. Okay, screen is visible, student?
Yeah, but
ma'am.
it's not recorded, right?
Screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am. Visible.
Okay, so yeah, student. So the first one is should. Again, I'm not giving you the detailed lesson. I'm just giving you overview. Okay, what is model and how do model work? Okay. Okay. So the first one is should. Like you can see few sentences here. You should invite your friends. What is it? Can anybody translate it for me?
Yes,
What did you
ma'am.
get?
May
तो मैं
I?
अपने
Yes, Hannah.
फ्रेंड
Yes, Hannah.
You should मतलब आपको आपके फ्रेंड को इनवाइट करना चाहिए. Should
Invite करना
आपको
चाहिए. यानी आप
चाहिए.
एडवाइस कर रही हैं. अच्छा, ये एक तरह का सजेशन हो गया, एडवाइस
No,
हो गई है ना?
ma'am. No,
फिर क्या है ये?
advice हो गई. Yes, like आपको ये काम करना चाहिए. हम किसी को कहते हैं ना, you should do this before. Like हम किसी को कभी-कभी ऐसे होता है, order भी देते हैं. Like you should do this. And कभी-कभी हम आपको किसी को advice भी देते हैं. You should
Okay.
do this. You should
Okay,
join
I
this.
got
Like
you. I got you, dear. I got you. अच्छा, जरूर शुड में ना हम किसी के ऊपर बंदूक नहीं रख सकते सर पे. ओके, उसके लिए हमारे पास डिफरेंट स्ट्रक्चर्स होते हैं. ओके, लाइक जब हमें एम्फसाइज करना होता है तो हम मस्ट पे चले जाते हैं या हेड बेटर पे चले जाते हैं. ठीक है, फोर्सफुली कोई बात हमें अपनी मनवानी होती है. शुड एक बहुत ही पोलाइट स्ट्रक्चर होता है. ओके, शुड हम जो है इलनेस एडवाइसेस के लिए यूज कर सकते हैं, सजेशन के लिए यूज कर सकते हैं, ऑब्लिगेशन के लिए यूज कर सकते हैं. यहाँ जो सेंटेंस है ना बहुत ही पोलाइट है. यू शुड इनवाइट योर फ्रेंड्स. आपको अपने दोस्तों को बुलाना चाहिए. So it's a suggestion, nothing than that. Okay.
yes, ma'am.
Similarly, I told you that you can also give some illness advices or some other, for example, doctor, I have a backache. So you should take rest. आपको आराम करना चाहिए. For example,
This is advice.
what should I do? Yeah, this is the advice. Okay. Got it, students?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, like you can see the structure, you and then follows by the should and then follows by the base form of the verb. Invite. You should invite your friend. You should take rest. No other than any form. Invite, take. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The next is ought to. Ought to is less usual, you can say, or more formal. And in today's like new American modern English, ought to is now old fashioned. Now you can say like shall is old fashioned. Similarly, the ought to is old fashioned. You can find it in the books, even in the subtitles of the movies, but it's not in the common or the spoken English. Okay, it's similar to the should. Like you ought to invite your friends. It's a more kind of formal, and you ought to take rest. They both give you the same meaning. It means this is the right thing to do right now. I'm suggesting you. So they both give you the same meaning. Okay. The next is must. So must use for strong obligation, like you should see the doctor or you should invite your friends, you should study harder. So but if you want to emphasize on something, it is something that's very mandatory, that is very necessary, so you can use must for the stronger obligation. Okay, and not only the one use, ऐसा नहीं है कि must का सिर्फ एक ही use हो, must का different uses है. इसे logically भी use कर सकते हैं and order के लिए भी use करते हैं. For example, you go somewhere and you are looking for something and you just come across a bag which is seems quite expensive, and then what comes right after seeing that bag? Oh, it must be expensive. What is it? Here is the logic. आपने वो देखा, आपको लगा ये बहुत ही जबरदस्त चीज है, it must be expensive. तो यहाँ तो कोई obligation नहीं थी ना. Student, are you all sleeping or are you all there?
We are listening to you.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
We all are
No,
here.
ma'am.
Okay, you all are here. So कहने so the student, the point is जरूरी नहीं है कि must सिर्फ एक ही meanings में इस्तेमाल हो, वो जरूरी नहीं, वो
Ma'am,
obligation नहीं.
it was a logic.
Yeah, you can use for the logic. For example, और order के लिए कैसे हो सकता है? For example, देखें यहाँ एक sentence है, you must type it again. अगर अगर मैं किसी के subordinate हूँ और मेरे कोई boss है, वो मुझे और कह सकते हैं, you must type it again. So it sounds like a order. You must. There is no choice left. It's more bossy. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Acha, logic. She always gets first position. She must work hard.
Yes, ma'am. It's
भाई
logic.
वो हर it's logic. वो हमेशा ही first आती है. She must
Yes,
work hard. The point to be noticed, student देखें, she है, लेकिन हमारे ने must में कोई changes नहीं की. Must remain must. वो must नहीं हुआ. ठीक है? और
Yes,
तो हम
ma'am.
प्रेजेंट की बात कर रहे हैं, सब्जेक्ट के चेंज होने से मस्ट पे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ा. मस्ट रिमेन मस्ट. ओके. सिमिलरली मस्ट के बाद राइट आफ्टर मस्ट हमारे पास बेस फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब भी है, वर्क है. शी मस्ट
Yes,
वर्क
ma'am.
हार्ड. गॉट इट?
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है. नेक्स्ट इज कैन. सिमिलरली से मैंने बताया कि मस्ट की सिर्फ एक यूज नहीं है कि आप उसको सिर्फ ऑब्लिगेशन के लिए इस्तेमाल नहीं कर सकते, बल्कि लॉजिक में भी यूज कर सकते हैं, ऑर्डर के सेंस में भी यूज कर सकते हैं. इसी तरीके से कैन के भी बहुत सारे यूजेस हैं. यू कैन यूज टू एक्सप्रेस द एबिलिटी, फॉर आस्किंग परमिशन, एंड फॉर द पोलाइट रिक्वेस्ट एज वेल. यू कैन यूज द कैन. फॉर एग्जांपल, I can speak in English. So what is it? It's my ability. Ali can swim. Again, Ali can swim. Ali
Ability.
swim कर सकते हैं.
Ability.
Okay. I can speak more than one languages. Okay.
Ability.
Ability.
Ability. So similarly, you can also use for can. For example, can you pass the salt, please? Can you open the door for me?
Request.
Request. Polite request. Even you can use for the permission as well. Can I come in? Can I
Yes,
take
ma'am.
this? Can I borrow your pen? Can I borrow your dress? So
Can
what
I
is it?
speak?
Can I speak? Okay. So
Yes,
means
ma'am.
that we can use in different perspective. We can use in terms of ability, permission, and the polite request as well. Okay. But it depends on your context. Like, what are you talking about? What's your feeling behind this sentence? Okay. Similarly, can, could. Could is more polite, more polite. If you want to sound more polite, then you can use could. It also give you the meaning of ability, possibility, permission, and request. But once the difference there, अगर तो हम can use करते तो हम present की ability की बात करते. लेकिन अगर वहाँ खुद आ जाता तो it means I'm talking about my past ability. For example, I could play piano when I was.
Ma'am, we can also use could for present.
Yeah, you can use. I'm coming. Hold on. Hold your horses there. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So could can be used for the past ability as well. I could sleep a lot when I was a child. So it's my past ability, but it's not true right now for me. For example, I could play the piano when I was 18 or when I was 16. So this is my past ability. So it means I can use could to express the ability. Similarly, not only for the ability, you can use for the possibility, permission, and request. For example, could you give me your notes, please? So what is it? It's a polite request. You can also use, if you want to, whole sentence give you the same meaning. For example, can I come in, sir? It's a way of asking permission. But if you say, could I come in? It sounds more polite. If you add please on it, then it will sound more polite. But could you please pass the salt? Could you please do it for me? Means if you want to sound more polite, so you can use please for the could. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Got it?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Now may.
Yes, teacher. I ask you, when I make some sentences, who is checking? You give your assignment only me. Then inshallah I will do. Then I can understand easily.
Okay. Don't worry, student. We will discuss separately each and every topic. Like for suppose अगर हम should use करेंगे तो हम उसको discuss करेंगे. Should का structure क्या है, उसको positive कैसे बनाना है, negative कैसे बनाना है, should को past में कैसे use कर सकते हैं, future में कैसे use कर सकते हैं, इसी तरीके से शुड को मस्ट के साथ हम कंपेयर करके भी कंपैरेटिवली भी स्टडी करेंगे कि शुड और मस्ट में अगर दोनों जगह सेंटेंसेस हैं, क्योंकि कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि जो स्ट्रक्चर होते हैं वो दोनों ही हम यूज कर एक वक्त में हम 2-3 मॉडल्स यूज कर सकते हैं. इट ओनली चेंज द मीनिंग ऑफ योर सेंटेंस. नहीं आप कितने श्योर है. अगर मैं कहती हूँ सिमिलरिटी फॉर एग्जांपल अगर मैं कहती हूँ ही माइट बी बिजी, तो यहाँ क्या है मॉडरेट चांसेस है कि वो बिजी होगा. ठीक है, ही माइट बी बिजी. लेकिन हमें कहते हैं ही मे बी बिजी, तो बोथ आर करेक्ट. मे भी यूज हो सकता है या माइट भी यूज हो सकता है, लेकिन परसेंटेज चेंज हो जाती है. क्योंकि जब हम मे कहते हैं तो इट्स मीन वी आर मोर श्योर देन माइट, बट माइट इज मोर कॉमन एज कंपेयर टू द मे. तो ये वी विल डिस्कस सेपरेटली. ओके
Okay, teacher. Inshallah.
okay okay next is where were we?
May.
May.
Okay, may talk about the possibility and permission. Similarly, might talk about the possibility and permission. What's the difference between may and might? Okay, so both give you the moderate chances. यानी आप इसमें 100% sure नहीं होते. ठीक है, may में chances ज़्यादा होते हैं. जैसे might ज़्यादा common है. American modern English में might ज़्यादा common है. He might be busy, he may be coming, he might be coming. So might ज़्यादा common है. May थोड़ा अगर आपने ज़्यादा emphasize करना है और आप 50% तक आपको लगता है कि 50% तक possibility है कि ये ऐसा हो रहा होगा, then you use may. Although both give you the
Both
same
we
meaning.
can use in present form, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. It depends on the speaker. Speaker क्या सोच रहा है? Okay. Speaker think it's possible. Okay. So it's better to use may or might. Okay. We will discuss separately. Like it may rain next week. So it's only a prediction. Nothing else. It's just a possibility. Even you
Like
can use
we
may
can
for the
say, you may go now and you might go now. Both are correct.
Okay. These are not about the possibility. They are about the permission. Like may I come in?
Yes.
Teacher, may I go to restroom? Okay. So what is it? This is permission. हमने पहले भी permission discuss किया, लेकिन वहाँ हम जो permission ले रहे थे वो can से ले रहे थे. ठीक है? Can I come in? Similarly, you can ask for the permission with the may as well. May I come in? तभी मैंने आपको बिल्कुल लेक्चर के स्टार्ट में कहा था देयर मॉडल लिटिल बिट ट्रिकी. अगर आप साथ साथ प्रैक्टिस करेंगे, रेगुलरली क्लास लेंगे, so it will be easier for you to understand. Okay.
We may clear ites.
The next. Sorry, what did you say?
50% possibility, like we may clear the ites test.
Inshallah, you may. Inshallah. Okay. Be optimistic. Okay. The next one is student will and shall. अब आप लोग कह रहे थे मिस will and shall तो हमने सेंटेंस में भी पढ़ा है, टेंसेस में पढ़कर आ रहे हैं हम. अब आप इस मॉडल में क्यों पढ़ा रही है? So the fun fact is student will and shall are model. They are not. We have only 8 tenses. It's all about present and past. Come on, students. We have only 8 tenses, which all about present and past, but will and shall are the true models. Okay. So whenever we talk about the facts, future facts, we use will. We will die one day. So this is the fact. We use will. Not only this use, we use to make an offer and for suggestion. For example, let's shall I make coffee for you? So it's an offer. So you can use shall. Again, shall is not that much common. It's less usual, more formal, but sometimes you can use for the suggestion. For example, let's go outside. Shall we? So this is the way for asking someone to go outside. Let's do this. Shall we? Let's play Ludo. Shall we? So this is the way to use shall. This is the most common way to use it. Otherwise, we can use everywhere with to make an offer and to talk about the fun facts. Okay. Okay. So the next one is would student. Would is again used to make a polite request, and we can use would as a past of will as well. Would itself a very broad topic. It's not a single topic, because when we will discuss the conditional sentences, then you will come to know that would every time would and would. हम polite request के लिए भी बना सकते हैं. Would you call the Sarah please? Would you please call the Sarah? Okay. And हम conditional sentences के लिए भी use कर सकते हैं. When I was a child, I would sleep a lot. Okay, similarly, different conditional sentences, but when the time will comes, we will discuss how conditional sentences are and how it works with would. Okay, and you can also use for polite request and for the suggestion and for the offer. For example, would you like tea or coffee? What are you saying? Means you're asking for something. You're asking the next person. You're asking for the opinion. Okay, so this is how you can also use would. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
So how did you
Yes,
find
ma'am, but
models?
could you please give me the example of may and might with possibility?
May and might.
Yes, ma'am.
Like it may rain next week. So you're not sure. You're just making a possibility. हो भी सकता, हो भी नहीं सकता. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. And might, it might rain tomorrow.
Similarly, huh? It might rain tomorrow.
Sure, ma'am.
Okay. We will discuss one by one
Okay,
each
ma'am.
and every topic. Don't worry about it. Okay. I just want to give you all an overview of the whole model topic. I hope it's
Okay,
clear
ma'am.
now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's do a quick review. First, we discuss primary auxiliary verbs, which are three: do, be, and have. What are the primary auxiliary verbs? These are the meaningless, but they make your sentence meaningful. They tell us about the time. Like Ali is going, Ali was going. So it's pretty much obvious here. Like Ali is going, we are talking about present. Ali was going, we are talking about the past. So it means that the primary auxiliary word tell us about the time, and itself they are the meaningless, but they make your sentence meaningful. And they also used to make the negative and the question. Ali is not going, is Ali going? Then we have they have their different forms, like do can be does and did, be can be is, am, are, was, were, and been, have can be has and had. We use different form of verb after them. For example, do you write a letter? Have you completed your homework? So means that you can use write, written, writing, different forms of the verb with respect to the auxiliary verb and the tenses. Okay. The next point, okay, come to the modal auxiliary verb. We have different modal auxiliary verb. It includes should, ought to, must, can, could, may, might, will, shall, would. These all are the true modals. Okay. Other than that, we have the modal phrases as well, which are the idiomatic phrase or idiomatic structure, which is just equivalent to the modal. Like be supposed to can replace the should, be able to can replace the can, and could, have to can replace the must. Okay, then we have the semi-modal auxiliary verb. They are not completely modal, behave as a modal, not completely primary auxiliary verb. They are semi, they partially. So we have very few used to, need, and there. The points to remember, student, the modal auxiliary verb have their own meaning. They are not meaningless. They have their own meaning. If you replace any of the models, the meanings will be changed. The meaning will not remain the same. Okay, like Ali should pay the tax. It's an obligation. Ali can pay the tax. Now it will become an ability now. Okay. Then they don't need any auxiliary verb to make negative and question. Okay, so they can do it by themselves. Like Sarah should come at 7. Sarah shouldn't come at 7. There is no need of any auxiliary verb to make negative and the questions. And modal auxiliary verb have no forms. They remain same. Like should remains should remain should, not shoulding, and they will also not change according to the subject. If it is no matter what, if it is I, he, she, it, they, should remain should. Okay. We always use the base form of the verb right after the modal. Okay. We can make it progressive, we can make it perfect, but right after the modal, we use the base form of the verb. She should drive slow. She must be coming. So be is a base form which is after the modal, must, and then follows by the verb in ing. Okay. Then what's the difference between tenses and modal? Tenses talk about the reality, means 100% surety, while modal talk about the obligation, advices, polite request, permission, possibility. Okay, so these all about the models. Any confusion so far?
No, ma'am.
Alhamdulillah, you have cleared it.
Everybody?
No, ma'am.
Yes, teacher, I can
Okay, so
understand.
student,
Yes.
you can understand. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. Okay, student, our next topic will be should. Okay, we will discuss
Okay,
should
ma'am.
and how to use should, how to make it negative, how to use and to give an illness advices. Okay, so it's our class will be kind of mixed. Like आज तो पूरा introduction था ना, तो next time ये होगा कि mixed class होगी. थोड़ी देर हम structures पे बात करेंगे, फिर हम कोई practice sheet solve करेंगे या हम कोई speaking practice करेंगे. ठीक है?
Yes, teacher. Yes, teacher.
ताकि साथ साथ practice होती रहे, topic के साथ साथ चले. ठीक है? Still we have some time. If you have any confusion, you can ask.
Ma'am, what did you just say?
I said in the next class, inshallah, we will do some practice sheet as well.
All right.
Some
All right.
speaking practice. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay, students. So that's all for today. Take care of yourself. Till then, we will meet again. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Allah Hafiz. Very well explained, ma'am. Thank you so much.